Hi, welcome to my channel, Lux to O. And today I had to hop on here real fast and I wanted to share with you two fragrances from Mind Games. One is called Playmate and the other one is called Check Please. And the way they came to me is I did order the official samples from Mind Games, and it just came in a regular like bubble pack type of black envelope with their little insignia. And then inside you had one for Check Please and one for Playmate. Now the last time I ordered samples, they came in with a nice little box. Today they didn't, and I hope that doesn't mean that they're not going to start including those. They came in without any damage, and the glass on it here is very nice, but I want the little box too, even though I may throw it away pretty quick. But anyways, these are two of the newest fragrances from Mind Games, and I ordered the samples as I said, and I have several from this house. Now the first one we're going to talk about is going to be Playmate. Comes in the black box like this one, French Defense. This is not the box for the fragrance, but this is what it should look like, very similar. And there's the bottle for French Defense, which I quite enjoy. So the presentation is kind of nice, and let's get started with Playmate. It does come in that smoky kind of black bottle with top notes of coconut milk. That's enough for me to buy it. Water lily, sweet Italian lemon, and in the middle we have gardenia, jasmine, and tiare flower. It's quite a nice combination of florals, I think. In the dry down we have musk, vanilla bean, sandalwood, and golden amber. It opens very brightly, very, very nice, and it's almost like a nice automatize, even on the little samples, no drippy, which I detest. So it's nice. It's a light lemony kind of almost sorbet type of feel. It's a little creamy, and it does have what I would think is just a little sprinkling of coconut flakes. I have worn it for a couple of hours now. I sprayed it previously. The heart is inviting with those trio of floral notes. I happen to like all of those. The gardenia, as long as it's not too prominent, jasmine, and I love the tiare flower as well. It's not really taking me on necessarily a real tropical journey, but it's a very pleasant journey. The heart has those trio of notes, and the tiare flower I can definitely get along with that little drizzle of coconut milk. Makes me feel like I'm on a relaxing vacation at home, and it is good any time of the year in my opinion. But it still has a cocooning quality in the base that I quite enjoy. This is kind of an anytime, any place type of fragrance, and that is Playmate. The bottle may be in the dark bottle, but it's giving me a lighter, not light wearing, but a lighter feeling type of fragrance. I think, like I said, this could be an all year round scent, and this could easily be worn to work. I think this could be an all year round fragrance and could certainly be worn to work, after work, or whenever you choose. Lovely fragrance. 3 words for Playmate would be sweet, captivating, and intriguing. The next fragrance is Check Please. And I'll just show you that. I had another sample of it as well. Yes, I like to make sure I want to buy a fragrance before especially when it's a pricey fragrance, before I actually invest in a full-size bottle. This is quite lovely. Check Please is what we're going to discuss today. And my findings are that I did get a chance to wear it and quite loved it. The top notes have the green apple, nougat, hazelnut. In the middle we have black plum, Bulgarian rose, and cinnamon bark. In the dry down you get an oak barrel, vanilla bourbon, sandalwood oil, and amber. Gives me a little booziness with a bit of that oak barrel type of feel. Almost like a Killian's Angel Share, but not quite. The green apple is like the juice that kind of spurts out when you bite into a crisp, fresh green apple. I would say this is a very, I think, realistic green apple note. And I love that in a fragrance, which I haven't found a lot that has that note in it. If it does, I feel like it can feel a little synthetic. And in here, I don't really feel that way. The fragrance is very nice and surpasses any with an apple note in it. In my collection, I feel like there is one by Initio that I find quite nice too, and I can't think of the name of that particular fragrance, but it has an apple note that I find quite pleasant too. This is not playful. It is more of a serious scent that is perfectly blended for fall and winter. I have only had successes with Mind Game fragrances. They've all been long lasting on me, some a little lighter wearing than others, but based on the note composition you would expect that with many of their fragrances. Another thing that I love in Check Please is the cinnamon. It's always good to me when it's blended with apple notes and kind of reminds me of an apple tart or maybe an apple bread pudding with a vanilla bourbon caramelized type of sauce that you would drizzle on top of it. Ooh, that sounds like something I need to make for dessert. It's creamy and sweet, and that nougat is kind of candy-like, but not in a nauseating way. It is very nice. It's refined, creamy, and I would say quite spellbounding. The 3 words I have for Check Please would be refined, creamy, and spellbinding. Beautiful fragrance. If I had to choose one over the others, I couldn't really do that. I have a tendency to love the heavier notes, so I would probably pick Check Please. However, this one is so different, and there is something in here that gives me an almost soapy-like quality, but in a very nice, long-lasting way. And the white bottles, which is what Check Please would come in, would look like this. This is not that fragrance. This is Queenie, which I enjoy as well. Delightful fragrances. And it really just depends on what suits your personality and what type of fragrance you like. If you want a heavier fragrance, I would say you might enjoy Check Please. If you prefer something where it's maybe warmer where you live, then you may want to choose a good all year round fragrance like Playmate. But either would be a good choice. Currently they're available on the Mind Games website only, at least that's what I've seen. And I believe So Avant-Garde will be carrying these, but they're not currently on the website, so it may be a week or two. I'm not real sure when they will have it up, but lovely, lovely fragrances. Mind Games is an excellent company. I think the quality is there. I think the lasting power on my skin is very good. And I think buying it from So Avant-Garde would also be a great place because their customer service team is absolutely phenomenal. They answer questions, any concerns you may have extremely quickly, and just a fantastic place to purchase fragrances. And they oftentimes have samples in so many of their fragrances that they sell that's a great place also to receive samples from. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've had a chance to even get your nose on these 2 Mind Game fragrances, Check Please and Playmate, please let me know in comments what your thoughts are. And also let me know, out of the Mind Game fragrances, which ones have you enjoyed, or have you been put off by it for any reason? I'd love to know. Thank you so much, and I would ask you to please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next fragrance video, my fragrance friends. And in the meantime, please keep smelling divine. Goodbye.